All right, what's up, everybody? It's KZ here. This is going to be my UFC Vancouver full card picks. The weigh-ins and the face-offs just got wrapped up. I know this is pretty late in the week to be dropping this, but I had to finish all my notes. Your boy gets busy with work. You guys know how life works. But yeah, let me go ahead and get right into it here, starting with the first fight of the night, which seems to be they switched up the bout order, but it's looking like it's going to be Melissa Croden versus Tainara Lisboa. All my notes are out of order, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Where we make it happen. All right. I mean, this is a low-level ladies fight. You know what I mean? I don't even got to look at my notes for this one, but like it just based on the tape, man. Melissa Croden was just relatively unimpressive. Like if I have to make a pick, I'm gonna be picking Tainara Lisboa. Do I recommend that anybody goes out and actually bets money on these two ladies and like loses it? It's a pick 'em either way. Very close odds. I don't know, man. I just don't see Melissa Croden outstriking Lisboa. So she's going to have to get the fight to the ground and win this via decision, get a sub, ground and pound, something like that. Lisboa's best chances to keep this fight on the feet and land user superior striking. But yeah, I don't know, man. Croden, I just haven't been impressed from what I've seen with her. I don't think that she's beaten anybody good. And I'm just going to go with the lady in the UFC with the UFC experience. Both of them were 34. Not a fight that I really care about at all, to be honest with you guys. I regret the time I spent having to research fucking Melissa Croden versus Tainara Lisboa. But we move on to the much better fight here. Azamat Bekoev versus Yousri Belgaroui, a fight that I'm actually excited about. But yeah, Belgaroui is a long-rangey striker. He's fought at middleweight and light heavyweight. Kickboxer coming over from Glory. He's good at managing range. He's a 6'5". He's a big ass dude, but I feel like Azamat Bekoev is going to be able to close the distance and be able to get him down on the ground or just push him up against the fence. Not really let Belgaroui feel comfortable in the fight. Because Yousri's never been finished in MMA, but he's been TKO'd 3 times in kickboxing. Bekoev has only been KO'd or been finished 1 time via submission. He's never been KO'd. But I can see Yousri giving Bekoev problems if this fight stays on the feet, but I don't think that this is an MMA fight, so I don't think that it's just going to be able to stay on the feet the whole time. But Bekoev is a capable striker in his own right, and yeah, man, I feel like he's going to be able to take down Belgaroui early and often, and keep him clinched against the fence. He won't be able to take advantage of his range. But yeah, the takedown threat also opens up the striking from Bekoev, so I just like Bekoev to get this done inside the distance. He's a pretty big favorite, but I feel like that's justified. He should get this done here for sure. I would be surprised if Belgaroui is able to pull it off, either by finish or decision. But yeah, we got Stephanie Luciano versus Ravena Oliveira. Oliveira was looking in pretty good shape at the weigh-ins, but I think that Luciano is just going to be able to get it done here. But Oliveira hasn't fought in 2 years here. Luciano's really light on her feet. She has fast striking. She gave Talita Alencar, who's a very talented grappler, her first loss. Luciano's coming off of a loss against Sam Hughes, but that was a really close fight, man. I feel like, honestly, I scored it. I just watched it the other day. I gave Luciano rounds 1 and 3. So, I don't know. I mean, it was a close fight. Sam Hughes is a fucking dog. She's like the female Darren Elkins. She just takes whatever you throw and just keeps coming forward. But Luciano had a lot of good moments against her. She ended up getting taken down and stuck on the bottom from on round 2. Sam Hughes was landing lots of clean strikes on Luciano when she was down on the ground with the ground and pound. But on the feet, man, Luciano was lighting Sam Hughes up with punches, kicks, elbows, knees. She was able to get up after getting taken down in round 1. And she was looking really good, man. She defended this early shot in round three, and took Sam down as well. So yeah, she went to war with Sam Hughes, and she showed no signs of quitting. She didn't really even slow down. She was hanging right there with Sam Hughes in a dogfight. So I think that's a good experience for this young girl to have here, and I think that she can be able to get Ravena Oliveira out of there, and by late TKO, head kick, something like that. Like we saw with Julia Palastri versus Kovalkiewicz, but most likely Stephanie Luciano by decision is going to be the call here for me. It's a ladies fight, so Luciano, I feel like she's the better fighter. She should be able to get this done here. Now we have Kyle Prepolec versus Drew Dober. Not much can really be gained from Kyle Prepolec from what we saw in his last fight against BSD. BSD is a pressure grappler. Dober's a Muay Thai striker. But, against BSD, he looked really slow on the feet with his footwork. Like, he was kind of stuck in the mud. He landed a few left crosses on BSD, but I don't know, man. This is Southpaw versus Southpaw, striker versus striker. Prepolec isn't too bad on the feet. Watching his fight against Austin Hubbard, he was outstriking him, and he got out-grappled by Hubbard in round 2 and 3. He's got some slick skills, but that was also like 4 years ago. When was his fight with Hubbard? That was in 2019, so 6 damn years ago. So this guy, 36 years old, he was 30 then. He looked a lot better. I just don't think that he's going to be that good here, to be honest. He didn't look good against BSD. Grant, that was on short notice, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Dober is going to be more fat. Is going to be faster, more explosive than Prepolec. And yeah, man, he got knocked out by Manuel Torres, who is much more dangerous than Prepolec. He got styled on by John Silva, who also is much more dangerous than Prepolec. He was smoking Moicano on the feet until he got, just laid on. But yeah, I like Dober, man. Prepolec is a step down in competition from who Dober's been facing. And, Prepolec is 0-3 in the UFC, and he's about to be 0-4. I feel like Dober's going to be able to get the KO here. He has really big fucking power. He has in that straight left hand. Really the left overhand. The motherfucker doesn't really throw straight. He throws looping shots, but they land, and they land with ferocity. So we're going Drew Dober here. All right, took the doggy for a walk, and we're back. We just broke down Prepolec Drew Dober. Yeah, Danny Barlow, Jourdain dos Santos. Man, I was kind of torn on this fight before I started going back and watching the tape. Danny Barlow is really fucking dangerous, man. He should knock out Jourdain dos Santos. I'd say Jourdain Santos. He has very fast hands. I didn't like the Veretinikov fight from him, but I was thinking, like, what is the fight going to look like if Barlow gets tired? He slows down. The dirtier this fight gets, the better. Santos is a tough, hard-nosed Brazilian Muay Thai striker, but he's slow, man. He's really slow. Danny Barlow is fast as fuck. He should be able to land these shots on Santos. I could see him getting him out of there in the first round. But Santos is a good live bet. If you see Danny Barlow starting to look tired, Santos is just going to keep pouring on the pressure. And Danny Barlow could lose a decision purely just due to Santos's pressure output. But I don't know, man. Danny Barlow hits really fucking hard. He hits really fast, and Jourdain dos Santos is there to be hit. And yeah, I think that Barlow, I'm going to go with him, his speed and technique advantage to counter Santos effectively. I think that he's going to be able to land big, hard shots on him and get him out of there. And Danny Barlow does carry his power late. He put out Josh Quinlan in round 3. So yeah, man, Jourdain dos Santos is probably the tougher of the two, but it takes more than just toughness to win these fights here. I feel like Danny Barlow is going to look really good. Santos might just walk right onto a left hand and get slept in spectacular fashion. So yeah, there is a potential of like Danny Barlow to really not be like as good as we think he is, and that Santos is just going to outdog him, beat him via striking pressure, clinching. Just his path to victory is there. It's just gassing Barlow out with pressure, striking, clinching, just pushing the pace, staying in his face, absorbing the shots. Or I don't know, man. He got hit by Ozzy Diaz 136 times. Those guys were going back and forth. Ozzy Diaz is a lot slower than Barlow. I think that Barlow is going to be able to be fast enough and dangerous enough to land the good hard shots and get Santos out of there. Yeah, moving on. We've got Bruno Silva versus HyunSung Park. Man, I'm torn on this one, man. Everybody's saying, oh, HyunSung Park's so good. He's going to get the win here. This fight has been giving me issues, man. The difference in level of opposition is just way too vast for me. Like, Bruno Silva lost to championship-level fighters and Van and Kopp. Those guys would fucking destroy HyunSung Park. Park has only really beaten the bottom of the barrel, man. Freaking... what's that dude's name that's gotten knocked out by everybody? Yeah, Shannon Ross. He's only beaten Shannon Ross, Carlos Hernandez, some Korean kid on the road to UFC. I don't know, man. He looks good in these fights, but it's just he's just not fighting anybody really good. He got dropped on the feet in a minute by Tatsuro Taira. Bruno Silva, he did get fucked up by Van and Kopp, but like I said, those guys would destroy HyunSung Park. Park is well rounded. He's got good technical striking, good grappling ability. But it's just like, man, he fought Tyra on short notice and got smoked. And it's just, I'm torn between this fight, man. I really am. Bruno got fucked up by Van and Cobb, but he had moments of success. It's like, I want to give Park the benefit of the doubt for coming in on short notice against Tyra. Maybe that wasn't the best he could have looked. But fuck it, bro. I'm going Bruno Silva, honestly. That's gonna be my pick. I just feel like he can land good shots on Park. Park, he needs to. This has to be like the prove it fight. It's like prove that you're really like a high level fighter. You can beat a guy like Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva had moments of success against Van Kopp. He kicked Van off of his feet with a calf kick, landed big hard shots on Kopp. And I don't know, man. It's just what we've seen from HyunSung Park is not going to be enough, unfortunately. He's going to have to show that he's as good as people think. So we'll see. I might just look stupid picking Bruno Silva. Park goes out there and fucks him up, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Charles Jourdain versus Davey Grant. This is a tough one because I love Davey Grant, but I'm going to be picking Charles Jourdain here. I think that he's going to be faster than Davey Grant. He's going to be able to land the better shots in the stand up. Yeah, I just like the speed advantage on the feet here. I don't see Davey Grant winning outside of landing just a big bomb on the feet, catching Charles Jourdain with a crazy submission. I don't think so, man. I really like Jourdain's movement and striking. He's well rounded, has submission potential. Davey's really tough, so most likely this fight is going to go the distance here. But yeah, I see Jourdain sticking and moving to a decision. He can grapple defensively and offensively, and I think that he can get it done here. Jourdain's willingness to exchange in the pocket is a little bit concerning with someone with power like Davey Grant, but I'll trust in him to get the job done here. I think that he can outstrike Davey Grant to a decision, just landing the better shots over the course of the 15 minutes. Kyle Nelson versus Matt Frevola. I got Matt Frevola here. It's just, I don't know, man. Kyle Nelson just hasn't impressed me. His wins aren't that good. I think he's the better striker of the two, and he's been losing to higher caliber guys like Fares Ziam and BSD. Much higher caliber than Kyle Nelson. I don't like Kyle Nelson's loss to Steve Garcia. Not because Steve Garcia is not good, but it's just, I don't know, man. Kyle Nelson was in a dominant position. He ended up getting reversed. Steve Garcia landed some good ground and pound, some good elbows, and Kyle Nelson just crumbled under the pressure. I feel like Matt Frevola is just the tougher of the two fighters. He was competitive with both Fares Ziam. And then BSD was competitive, but he got caught with the head kick early. I just don't see Kyle Nelson as that dangerous of a finisher. He's not going to get the knees up like Ziam is. And, he got caught by BSD as he was circling the cage by that head kick. Kind of fluky. BSD landed the kick, but I think that he can finish Kyle Nelson with the striking. For Frevola, I got him. I think he has the better boxing of the two, and he can wrestle as well. So Kyle Nelson's path to victory is on the ground. I think that Matt Frevola can defend that properly and get the win here on the feet. All right. Man, I'm fucking putting myself to sleep. I gotta up the energy a little bit. All right, so we got Cody Gibson versus Aoriqileng. I'm going Aoriqileng. I don't know. Cody Gibson, I don't know, man. He's good. He has good output. He was giving Damon Blackshear problems early. He was pushing the pace. He was going for the finish right from the beginning, basically. But I don't know. I like what I saw from Aoriqileng defensively against Raul Rosas in the wrestling and grappling. He really wasn't put in any dangerous positions by Rosas, who, is a good, grappler and finisher. Rosas got him down in rounds 1 and 3, but wasn't really able to do much. I feel like Aoriqileng, he has the more punching power of the two. He's a little bit cleaner on the feet. Cody Gibson's a good grappler, but he doesn't really have insane takedowns, just being so long and lanky. I see Aoriqileng keeping this on the feet and winning the striking battles. Gibson could apply a pressure grappling game and look better than I think he would in the jiu-jitsu, but we'll see. I don't know. He did have that good start against Damon Blackshear, attacking and applying a lot of striking pressure early, but eventually Damon Blackshear was just able to weather the storm and get him out of there. Yeah, I think that Aoriqileng is going to be able to keep this on the feet and just win the striking exchanges. I feel like he's the better kickboxer of the two, a bit more technical. He's a slight underdog. I feel like that's fair. I mean, Cody Gibson, we've seen good performances from him in the octagon, but we've also seen him not too great. I think Aoriqileng, I don't know, man. I just like what I've seen from him more than I like what I've seen from Cody Gibson. That war against Brad Katona was nice, but it's Brad Katona. He had the reach advantage significantly, and he was still getting caught and clipped. And I think the same thing is going to happen against Aoriqileng here. And yeah, that's about it. We got Aoriqileng by decision. Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. I really wanted to pick Jasmine, man, based on her wrestling. But it's just, who has she had success against? It's just like, I'm looking at her level of competition. It was Jessica Andrade, who was looking fat, and then Mayra Bueno Silva, who was just content to stay on the bottom and play jiu-jitsu. I picked Fiorot against Valentina because of her physical advantages, and the only person we've seen take her down is Valentina. You know what I mean? So I believe that was a good learning experience for Fiorot. Fiorot in the weigh-ins was looking fucking thick. She was looking good. She's built like fucking SpongeBob, bro. Her torso, she has no like waist. She's just like all just a muscular fucking abdomen. I don't know. Yeah, I think that she's going to be able to get back on track with a win over the gritty Canadian and Jasudavicius. I think her takedown defense holds up. And like I said, the girls that Jasmine is beating aren't that good of competition. If she wants to win, she has to consistently threaten the takedowns, chain them together, dirty boxing, clinch work, just stay in Manon's face, not let her be at range, get Fiorot off of balance, and not just let her set her feet and land these strikes. And, Fiorot, if she wants to win, she's got to defend these takedowns well, scramble back up, avoid being controlled or submitted on the ground. And I think that she can do it, man. I see Fiorot's takedown defense holding up for her to outstrike Jasmine. It might get a little bit, iffy late. Jasmine Jasudavicius is a dog. She's very tough. She's not going to fucking quit. She's going to be pushing the pace the whole time. But Fiorot's a 5-round fighter. I think that she can hold up over the course of 3 rounds here. So yeah, I'm picking Fiorot. I picked her against Valentina. So it's just I've got to ride with her against Jasmine Jasudavicius, even though I kind of was leaning her earlier, but then I convinced myself to pick Fiorot here. But yeah, now we got Marlon Vera versus Aiemann Zahabi. I think Zahabi's going to outwork Cheeto in every round, man. Honestly, like Cheeto might find the KO shot, but I'd rather pick the more consistent fighter, the more reliable fighter that we know what we're going to get with him. We know what to expect. Clean striking, good wrestling, a relatively high output. And, we know what to expect from Cheeto, low volume, waiting for one big shot. And just, I don't know, man. He's dangerous, but I just like Zahabi's tenacity and the output. Zahabi's on a 6-fight winning streak. He showed no quit against Jose Aldo, getting soccer kicked in the fucking face. Last time out, Cheeto got out-wrestled by Figgy. And I don't know, man. I see Zahabi using that same path to victory to getting it done against Cheeto. He's just going to be able to out-wrestle him. Cheeto just can't, or he refuses to wrestle defensively. He just gives up takedowns, and he's always trying to play the guard game from the bottom. I feel like he's going to waste a lot of time just trying to play jiu-jitsu against Zahabi, and Zahabi's going to be able to outpoint him for as long as the fight lasts and win a decision here. Cheeto Vera can land the big shit, the big fucking kick, the big knee, the big punch, and knock out Aiemann Zahabi, but I'll go with the more reliable path, which I feel like is Zahabi decision, and that's going to be the pick here. Now we got Kevin Holland versus Mike Malott. Jesus fucking Christ. So it's like, does Kevin Holland want to win? That's essentially the question. Holland could KO Malott if he wanted to, but does he fucking want to? Does Kevin Holland want to go out there and win, or does he just want to show up for a paycheck? So you never know with this motherfucker, bro. Because he has the skills to win, but is he going to utilize them? I don't know, man. Mike Malott had an impressive performance last time out against Charles Radke. I picked Radke because of Malott's terrible performance against Trevin Giles and the fact that he got TKO'd by Neil fucking Magny. It's just, man, this fight is hard to call, man. Kevin Holland's never been TKO'd outside of a rib injury versus Dolidze in a corner stoppage against Wonderboy. He's very durable. Michael Malott might be able to take him down and, have some success on the ground with the control. He's a big dude. Kevin Holland has shown weaknesses to that in the past, but he does have really good jiu-jitsu. He's really strong at 170. Fuck me, bro. It's just like, I want to pick Kevin Holland by KO, but it's like, where's the reliability there? You know what I mean? It's like, this is a fight where it's like, maybe I pick Kevin Holland, but I'm definitely not betting this motherfucker, dude. I don't know. I don't think that Mike Malott's going to be able to KO him on the feet. It's either submission or decision for Mike Malott, but I feel like Kevin Holland is good enough at 170. Fuck it, man. I'm picking fucking Kevin Holland, bro. I feel like he has the skills to get it done. I feel like Mike Malott getting that KO over Charles Radke isn't like, oh, he KO'd Radke, now he's going to KO Holland. It's like, that's not how that's going to work. Shit, I might be wrong. Mike Malott might go out there and put him out, and it's just like, yeah, okay, why'd I pick Kevin Holland after he got fucking beaten by D-Rod? But you never know with this motherfucker, dude. So it's just like, I'm picking Kevin Holland to get the job done, picking Kevin Holland inside the distance. Come on, you know what I mean? This is a 50-50 fight. It's like it could go either way. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Like, I see the path to victory for Malott if Kevin just shows up lackadaisical, not giving a fuck. But it's like, I think that Kevin Holland is going to be on for this fight. I think that he finds the big hard shots against Mike Malott, and I think that he can TKO him, club and sub. You know, I think that he can get him out of there within the distance. It's just getting finished by Neil Magny is not a good look. I don't care how many wins Neil Magny has. He looks fucking god-awful every time he's in the cage. So, yeah, man. That's it. I'm picking Kevin Holland. I might end up regretting it. It is what it is. Now, Reinier de Ridder versus Brendan Allen. This is a really interesting fight. You know, Brendan Allen is a good, well-rounded fighter. He's got good kickboxing, good jiu-jitsu, good, solid wrestling, decent wrestling, serviceable wrestling, you could say. And RDR, very awkward, very unorthodox, got those crazy knees that he was utilizing against Robert Whittaker. We saw the ones that he put Bo Nickel out with. You know, he's got nasty jiu-jitsu, really fucking herky-jerky, weird, awkward on the feet. He's like a less athletic Dricus du Plessis, even though I don't know. Maybe that's not the right word. Like a less explosive Dricus du Plessis, because I wouldn't necessarily call Dricus the most athletic dude. I mean, he's athletic. He's just uncoordinated. But it's like coordination is like a vital part of athleticism. So I don't know. It's just like Dana said about Dricus. Dricus fights like a white guy dances. Same applies to RDR. Like Dricus or RDR fucking fights like a white dude dances. So I don't know, man. I like RDR to get this done. Brendan Allen coming in on short notice. I don't like that for him at all. You know, Brendan Allen, I feel like out of the two has better hands. He's like the better, maybe if this was like a kickboxing fight, Brendan Allen might have more of a chance here, but it's not. I feel like RDR is going to be able to utilize his grappling, which I feel like is better than Brendan Allen's. I don't know, man. Brendan Allen, he makes a lot of mistakes on the ground. He gets reversed. He gives up positions that he shouldn't give up. And I feel like RDR is going to come in here and put on a technical performance. Just he's the higher fight IQ of the two. And I think that he's going to be able to get the job done against Brendan Allen. Maybe inside the distance, potentially, yeah, since Brendan Allen coming in on short notice, who knows how good of shape he's in. I'm sure he's the type of guy that stays in good shape year round, but there's a difference between staying in shape and then like being prepared for a 5-round fight against a championship level fighter, putting in a full training camp. You know, it's not the same level of intensity that you're training with. So I like RDR here, who's supposed to fight Fluffy Hernandez. Brendan Allen coming in on short notice. Relatively similar styles, I would say. Brendan Allen is a faster striker than Hernandez, but Hernandez is a bit more of an effective grappler. So I think that, you know, RDR's camp and his preparation so far up until this point has been, you know, good for him to come into a fight with Brendan Allen. So I think that he can get it done. He's going to be using those knees. He's going to be fucking Brendan up in the clinch, I feel like, you know, with the elbows and the short shots. For a guy that's so long and lanky, he does fight well in close. So I think that he's just the more powerful of the two. He's the bigger, stronger guy. I think that he's going to be able to get the job done over Brendan Allen, who is, again, coming in on short notice. So, yeah, just to go ahead and recap my picks, we're going Tainara Lisboa, most likely decision. Azamat Bekoev inside the distance, either KO or sub. Maybe I'm going for a ground and pound TKO. We got Stephanie Luciano, KO points. We got Drew Dober, KO. Danny Barlow, I'm going Danny Barlow, KO. I'm going Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva inside the distance, man. I can't fucking pick HyunSung Park. I might just look like an idiot, but I'd rather pick the guy that's fought the actual good fucking fighters, apart from the guy that fought one good fighter and lost to him. You know, we'll see. We'll see if HyunSung Park is as good as people think. He's a big favorite. Charles Jourdain, Davey Grant. I'm going Charles Jourdain by decision. Matt Frevola versus Kyle Nelson. I'm going Matt Frevola by KO. Potentially could see him winning a decision. Cody Gibson, Aoriqileng. We're going Aoriqileng by decision. Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm going Manon Fiorot by decision. Marlon Vera versus Aiemann Zahabi. I'm going Zahabi by decision. Kevin Holland, Mike Malott. I'm going Kevin Holland inside the distance, KO sub. And then Reinier de Ridder, Brendan Allen. I'm going Reinier de Ridder inside the distance, KO sub. So that's what we got going. Sorry that this video came out so late in the week. Sorry that there were like these weird pauses in the video. You know, your boy's dealing with some stuff with the channel that we got to get fixed in January, you know, because of all the shorts and all that shit. Unfortunately, because it was like reposts, they got demonetized. So we're going to go ahead and reapply for the monetization in January. But until then, I'm going to keep dropping these streams, dropping these videos. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing my best with the channel. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe. It really helps me out in more ways than you know. I mean, you guys know how YouTube works. You know, you like it, it gets recommended to other people. All that good shit. It's not really that fucking, I don't know why I'm trying to be cryptic with the shit. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Tune in next time. I'm going to keep going with the channel. And yeah, we're going to get our memberships back and all that good stuff in January. So yeah, peace out, bros. I will see you next time.